You know, he came to my city and started chaos. So anyone that knows me, that knows that when I'm in a fight, you know, I don't mean well for my opponent anyway.
Yeah.
But when you intensifies that feeling, when you make it personal for me, now I really want to hurt you, you know.
AJ, Anthony Joshua. Let's have everyone seated at this time, ladies and gentlemen.
He's crossed the line. You know, in our fight game, you do everything possible to upset your opponent, to get under his skin, to upset him. But when you start bringing the fighter's mum into it, and I don't know, from a West Indian background, you just don't do that. You know, and when I did, I thought, oh God, no, you didn't go there. Talk about his wife, don't talk about man's mum. You know what I mean?
That's not what we want. I don't want to see that happen. No one does. But I understand now both sides have made it up. They've apologised. So hopefully it's all in the past and we can concentrate what everybody's...
Deontay Wilder responds sharply to Anthony Joshua following the chair-throwing mayhem at the media event, warning Joshua that stepping over the boundary during the briefing has further hardened his focus, insisting he will make him answer in the ring. As tempers escalate and the feud becomes deeply personal before their anticipated explosive heavyweight showdown next.
But this is even more intensified for me. I'm the man with the big right hand, baby. I possess all the power. I'm the most dangerous heavyweight in the business, period, to this day. Okay. You know, so...
Deontay Wilder makes it known that his mentality is rock solid and completely proven at the highest stage, stressing he can deal with every kind of pressure that comes with top-tier boxing. He reinforces his belief, explaining that handling disorder, doubt, and intense pre-fight hype is simply part of being a real champion. Wilder firmly presents himself as the most ready and psychologically tough fighter for the task, delivering a clear warning that he excels under major pressure and is prepared for anyone placed before him.
But my mindset is so strong, and I can handle all these things. This is what part of being a champion is, being able to manage, you know, balance these things. And if anybody is
Johnny Nelson openly points out how extreme this rivalry has become, explaining that although mental tactics are common in boxing, involving family pushes it beyond an acceptable limit. He implies that the personal remarks were intentionally used to trigger an emotional reaction from Anthony Joshua, highlighting just how mind-focused this entire build-up has turned.
For the fight, he may apologise and say, look, I went too far, I shouldn't have said that. But he needed to get a response from Anthony Joshua and get him into a certain mindset.
Eddie Hearn points out that Anthony Joshua has a composed nature, but there is a different side that appears when he is pushed beyond his limit. He states that during boxing build-ups, emotions can remain in check until personal boundaries are crossed, particularly when family is brought into the conversation. According to Hearn, that is the moment Joshua's response becomes inevitable, showing how mental pressure and disrespect can rapidly turn a press conference into genuine tension.
About my mum and all this other stuff, I'm going to have a pop at you. I can't fight, but I don't care. I'll have a right go. And you're talking about the world heavyweight champion. If you start talking to him like that, if you shove him like that, he's going to...
Duke McKenzie explains that situations like this are not harmful to the sport, but instead a feature of modern boxing entertainment. He draws a clear line between the actual fight game and the business aspect, noting that controversy frequently drives worldwide interest. From a promotional view, he believes moments like this only raise attention and help sell more tickets, demonstrating how disorder outside the ring can directly increase the bout's commercial appeal.
It wouldn't surprise me, but like I say, I don't see there's any harm in it. It doesn't bring the sport into disrepute in any way. This is the show business world that we live in. There's the fight game and then there's the fight business. And from a business perspective, that's probably just sold another 1 million tickets worldwide to people to watch this.
Frank Warren shows clear frustration over the incident, emphasizing that situations like this should never occur in professional boxing settings. He points out that no one connected to the sport wants to see clashes spiral out of control, especially during official events. Warren's response reflects concern for the sport's image, suggesting that while tensions are expected, certain actions go too far and risk harming boxing's professional reputation.
For a bit, that's for sure, and everybody wants to show some respect to each other, and let's see the fight where it should happen.
Deontay Wilder firmly believes Anthony Joshua steered clear of him in the past, claiming he backed away from the fight when it mattered most. He questions Joshua's self-belief, arguing that a real champion should never hesitate at any point in their reign. Wilder's tone reflects strong frustration mixed with determination as he insists that confidence has to be demonstrated in the ring, not just spoken about in interviews before fight night.
From you, and you're going to take it out on him for running from you. Tell us a little bit more about that. You really think he didn't want to fight you once upon a time?
Yeah, I truly believe he ran from me. You know,
I've heard that he said that he's confident that he's gonna knock me out, but I kind of hard to believe, because how can you have confidence in yourself as a challenger and you didn't have confidence in yourself as a champion? It's kind of backwards to me. But whatever flows his boat. We'll see what happens on Saturday night. I can't wait to look. I'm looking forward to sharing them.
Anthony Joshua makes it clear that outside noise and hype don't affect him, as his full attention is fixed on the upcoming fight. He highlights discipline and mental focus, stressing that every part of him is dedicated to delivering on Saturday night. Joshua's mindset reflects a fighter blocking out pressure and distractions, aiming to remain completely focused on execution rather than outside expectations or interruptions.
Everybody talking about the bigger fights. I know the focus is Saturday, but so refreshing to have a man talking
pure focus on Saturday
and making sure you're focused. He's making sure you're dialed in for Saturday night.
Yeah, pure focus on Saturday. That's where my heart, my soul, every cell in my body is.
Frank Warren believes the upcoming showdown is driven by real confidence from both fighters, with each man certain he can come out on top. He explains that Joshua in particular cannot afford a defeat at this point in his career, as it would affect his standing at the highest level. Warren anticipates a fierce, high-pressure contest, suggesting both fighters are under serious pressure to produce a strong and decisive performance.
I've spoken, he genuinely thinks he can win this Otto, and AJ can't afford to lose it. He wants to stay at the top on the top table. It's his fights that he's got to win, and he's got to win them in style. It's going to be an exciting fight, there's no doubt about that. I think it will be exciting.
Deontay Wilder turns up the intensity even more, making it clear he views this fight as a knockout objective rather than a strategic contest. He insists he will prove whose power is greater and openly predicts a violent finish where he stands over Anthony Joshua after completing the task. Wilder's words show raw aggression and confidence, reflecting a fighter fully committed to a destructive mentality and determined to leave no doubt about his dominance inside the ring.
Whose power is stronger? Is it you or I? But know that I'm coming to knock you out. I want to stand over your body as I knock you out. And yell, Bomb Squad! I'll see you soon.
Anthony Joshua explains that maintaining focus has never been a problem for him, as discipline has become a fundamental part of his career. He emphasizes that every choice in his life is centered on staying locked in and producing results when it matters most. Joshua also points out that this fight represents a crucial milestone in his journey, where losing is not an option. His words reflect calm confidence combined with pressure as he prepares for a defining moment in his career.
Is it hard to stay focused, or do you find it easy with how long you've been in the game for?
Well, for me personally, it's not hard to stay focused at all. I'm fully locked in. I made a commitment in my life to stay locked in. And my main focus is on Otto Wallin now, and I'm going to perform, I'm going to do my job. I can definitely window shop. I know where I'm going in my life, but I've also got to stay. This is the checkpoint, and if I don't get past this, there is no future.
Max Kellerman analyzes the financial and competitive dilemma surrounding this fight, suggesting there is limited monetary motivation for Anthony Joshua compared to the risk involved. He points out Wilder's dangerous punching power, explaining why many see him as a major threat to anyone in the division. Kellerman emphasizes how legacy bouts like this carry more danger than reward, especially when one clean shot can completely alter the outcome against a top-level opponent.
Was making $30 million a fight, fighting anyone in front of 70 to 100,000 fans in England. Why make $50 million to fight a guy who might beat him, right? Wilder really can beat, he has chances against anyone because Fury's right, he's one of the great all-time punchers with the right hand. So there's no financial incentive for Joshua.
Carl Froch delivers a brutally honest assessment of how dangerous this matchup could be, focusing strongly on Wilder's punching power. He suggests that if Wilder connects cleanly, the fight could end in an instant, regardless of Joshua's skill or preparation. Froch questions whether Joshua truly has belief in himself for this challenge, highlighting the mental pressure that comes with facing such a destructive puncher. His analysis paints a picture of a bout that could change in seconds with one decisive shot.
I don't know if AJ believes he can beat Deontay. Well, maybe he does, maybe he wants to come back, maybe he wants to fight again, but what happens in that fight? Anthony Joshua in one corner, Deontay Wilder in the other corner, they come together in the centre of the ring. What happens? I honestly can't say what happens. I think if Deontay Wilder throws a couple of meaningful right hands and connects on AJ's chin, then the fight's over. AJ will be knocked out. He's got to fight.
Carl Froch questions Anthony Joshua's mindset after the tense post-fight exchange, suggesting that Joshua appeared uncertain while Wilder showed clear intent to make the fight happen. He highlights Wilder's confidence and pressure in calling out Joshua directly, while implying AJ didn't fully commit in that moment. Froch raises a broader concern about Joshua's self-belief, questioning whether he truly trusts himself to win if a fight with Wilder becomes a reality.
When Deontay Wilder walked from the ring, AJ was stood there looking a bit weird and a bit like confused, like, am I going to do anything? Am I not going to do anything? And Wilder, I think, said, let's do it next, let's do it, let's get it on. And AJ just sort of, he didn't say much. I think he might have said, you don't want this, or something to them lines, but never really tried to get the fight going. I think AJ's got this thing in his head where I don't think he's sure of himself. If he thinks about fighting Deontay Wilder, does he believe he can act?
Duke McKenzie acknowledges Deontay Wilder as a major draw in the heavyweight division, capable of selling huge fights like a potential clash with Joshua. However, he also emphasizes how risky the matchup is, pointing out Joshua's physical strength and powerful right hand. McKenzie even suggests Joshua may possess greater raw punching force, making the fight a high-risk encounter where both men present serious knockout threats to each other.
Deontay Wilder knows how to sell a fight, and he's already called out Joshua. That's a big fight. I mean, like I said, I'd love to see him walk away from the sport. Wilder, I'd like to see him say, you know what, I've had enough, but he's already got his eyes on the next one, potentially a fight with Joshua. It's not a good fight to take. It's not a good fight to take. Yeah, Joshua's a big, meaty guy. Joshua's right hand's like probably the hardest. He's probably the hardest punching heavyweight right now. For me, personally, I think he hits harder than Wilder.
Johnny Nelson dismisses suggestions that Wilder has lost his knockout power, arguing that his punching ability remains a serious threat despite recent performances. He challenges the idea that Wilder is finished, suggesting that critics are underrating him. Nelson's comments highlight the ongoing debate around Wilder's form, reinforcing the belief that even if doubts remain, his power alone keeps him a constant danger in the heavyweight division.
Right. Wilder's snapper's gone. Wilder's TNT has gone. Wilder's that punch is gone. He couldn't even let it go. He's just gone. So I don't believe that. I think Carl might be setting the cat amongst the pigeon by.
Frank Smith emphasizes that all focus is on Anthony Joshua's next step, with conversations continuing about the right direction for his return. He describes Joshua as the biggest draw in boxing, someone every fighter wants to face. Smith's comments highlight Joshua's market value and influence in the sport, while also suggesting that his comeback is being carefully mapped out to maximize both performance and business impact.
It's all eyes on getting AJ whatever works best for him, whatever the right route back is for him. There's discussions ongoing. AJ's the hot ticket. You know, everyone wants to fight Anthony Joshua. So
Eddie Hearn analyzes the situation after the fight, noting that when Wilder called for the matchup, Anthony Joshua answered with a cold, focused stare, showing he isn't intimidated by the moment. Hearn believes Joshua still has enough left to compete at a high level, even if he's not exactly the same fighter he once was. He also gives credit to Kuzera for being a durable opponent, while admitting Wilder's performance wasn't flawless, but still more impressive than expected. Overall, Hearn presents a balanced view, suggesting both fighters remain dangerous and that a potential clash would be highly competitive and unpredictable.